2 years. 2 years is all it took Palantir to completely revolutionize healthcare and take over the industry. In just 2 years, Palantir went from an engineering team of 4 working on 2 projects for the Cleveland Clinic and Tampa Hospital, which took 8 to 12 weeks to actually make not a minimum viable project, but an actuality Palantir for hospital operations. And from modest beginnings in 2021, 2 years later, Palantir's US revenue, approximately $33 million, is now accounted for by Palantir in healthcare. As a matter of fact, in just 2 years, Palantir went from a huge unknown in private healthcare, working only on major governmental emergency type projects like COVID, to being responsible and powering 13% of all hospital beds within the United States. Let that sink in for just a moment. Really, open up your ears and close your eyes. In 2 years, Palantir went from an absolute nobody, not even working in this sector, to literally powering 13% of all hospital beds in the United States. How can Palantir do something like that, and where is Palantir going in the future? The reason why Palantir can do this is because Palantir is always 5 years ahead. You see, Palantir doesn't need to be in a specific industry to absolutely revolutionize that specific industry. Palantir has the goods to touch over 50 different industries. When I first started covering Palantir, there was 20 industries on their website, but now they have around 50 industries and sub-industries that they touch. You see, a lot of people made fun of Palantir when they invested in a bunch of these different SPACs. But one of the reasons why Palantir invested in the SPACs is because they want to show that Palantir's software is for everybody and anybody, and all these companies can have a lot of use from Palantir software. And that is how Palantir absolutely transformed itself from a nobody to a behemoth in healthcare. But there's so much room to grow ahead. As I mentioned before, Palantir currently has Palantir for hospital operations. As per Shyam Sankar, our COO, healthcare is our 3rd largest vertical, and we went from a relative unknown to an absolute behemoth. They are working on something called preclinicals, clinical research and development, payment and provider. Then you have government local within our borders. You have government abroad, think the NHS. You also have supply chains when it comes to healthcare. And of course, you have healthcare pharmaceuticals, which is an absolutely massive sub-industry in of itself. You see, Palantir has a massive TAM, total addressable market, which it can actually grab, and it is grabbing. In less than 2 years, healthcare accounts for 10% of US revenue, as I said before. And in less than 2 years, as I said before, 13% of hospital beds, as we know it right now, it could be more as of today, are run by Palantir Foundry. The reason I'm saying this is because I really want to let that sink in. I mean, seep it the fuck through for all of the haters saying that Palantir is a meme stock. I mean, Palantir is literally saving lives, but it is not as impressive as Bed Bath & Beyond, 3 shampoos for $10 specials every fucking Saturday. I know. I feel ashamed to even compare Palantir to these unbelievable meme stocks like Bed Bath & Beyond and AMC. But I will do my best to try to connect the dots and give you my vision of where I think Palantir is going in the future. Because you see, as of right now, Palantir has something called Palantir Foundry, but they have a brand new product called Palantir AIP, which stands for Palantir's Artificial Intelligence Platform. I know. You guys are probably in awe at the originality of their freaking artificial intelligence platform being called AIP. How fucking original. Palantir, you should have had a better name, that's for sure. You see, Raymond James came out and they said that essentially over the next half a decade, the amount of Palantir AIP clients or customers or usage is going to be almost on par of Palantir Foundry customers and usage, which is absolutely freaking remarkable. We had AIPCon approximately 3 months ago. In AIPCon, we did have a presentation from Cleveland Clinic. However, we didn't hear about Tampa Hospital. I'm gonna play you a video in just a moment, and it's a video on Tampa Hospital. It's only a 3-minute clip. I highly suggest that you don't be lazy, sit back, relax, and enjoy this video because it is gonna highlight the absolute massive power, capabilities, and full potential of Palantir working in not just the healthcare sector, but you can talk about Palantir working in many other sectors throughout the world in many different industries. The power of Palantir is in 2 years taking over an industry using their software, and in less than 2 months coming up with Palantir AIP that can be associated with all different businesses and industries that Palantir currently works with or in the future might work with, as well as domestically and abroad working with military and non-military governments. That is the robustness and the magic fucking sauce when it comes to Palantir. And that is the difference between Palantir and Snowflake and Palantir and Databricks. While Snowflake and Databricks need to make acquisitions and buy AI because all along they were never data integrators, they were data analyzers, Palantir always had the artificial intelligence capabilities, and all they had to do is wrap it up, put it in a nice box, put a bow on it, and call it AIP. But they didn't need to make a single acquisition or partnership with, for example, NVIDIA. That is amazing in its own right, but it's not quite Palantir. And NVIDIA and Snowflake together is still not quite Palantir. And when I say not quite Palantir, think about a pen and paper, while Palantir is a motherfucker quant computer. Palantir had a massive run-up. I'm gonna play this video for you in just a moment, but I do believe that Palantir still has so much more room to grow. If you speak to some people in the Palantir community, they believe that Palantir is gonna come on over north of $600 million worth of revenue. If this will happen or not happen, I'm gonna let you debate in the comments down below. Let me know if you think Palantir is gonna make a beat or they won't make a beat in the next earnings call. With that said, if you want to support my channel, I have channel membership down below. It's $3 a month. You get to purchase me a coffee, which I appreciate so much. If you don't want to pay for channel membership, that's quite all right. You just won't get all of my options plays, and we've been killing it with options and cryptocurrency. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about crypto, but crypto is on a motherfucking rise, and I break it all down left and right. If you guys are interested, hit me up for channel membership, or just follow me on Twitter down below if you don't want to be a channel member, and buy me a cup of coffee. Enjoy the rest of this video. Thank you so much, and have a blessed weekend.
Tampa General Hospital is really striving to be the safest, most innovative healthcare system in the country. We have a vision of infusing data everywhere to create a connected health system. Foundry is at the core of that strategy. We really don't have the opportunity to waste time and money anymore, the way healthcare is being disrupted. So this is our way to really work toward getting it right at the right time.
There's a ton of data in the healthcare space that we have access to, but it's really hard for clinical teams to access these data points in a meaningful way in their workspaces in real time.
We're integrating data sources into the Foundry ontology and building applications and predictive models to forecast patient placements, while keeping patient privacy and information governance a top priority.
We've seen a 28% reduction in our patient hold time, and we've reduced the time that nurse managers spend managing patient placement by 83%. So patients are moving into care faster, and they're getting the treatment that they need faster.
As soon as I come into the hospital, I'm able to bring Foundry up and within seconds understand where our staffing are. It enables us to gather that live data, reallocate those resources as needed, and be very proactive with our staffing.
The PACU is our post-anesthesia care unit. It's where a patient temporarily recovers from their surgery. And we're leveraging Foundry in order to deploy AI models and recommendation engines in order to optimize how we plan for patients leaving the PACU and entering into our hospital inpatient units. Currently, our predictive models are at over 95% accuracy. We're now able to plan hours, days, and sometimes even weeks in advance in order to make sure that there's a bed for our patients as soon as they're done with their surgeries.
What we've done with Foundry is really build pathways for our patients. We do know what they need, but keeping track of that is very, very difficult in a complex health system like ours. So Foundry allows us to see if a patient is really falling off that pathway, and we can act immediately to make sure they get what they need and stay on track to recover.
Foundry has allowed us to be able to centralize all of our data assets so that we have one common operational layer. Everyone is connected to one health system.
It's incredibly flexible and serves as an operating system for all of our data assets, getting patients into care faster and moving from a reactive to proactive planning.
If we can leverage Foundry in a way that'll actually save lives, that really connects our analytic vision to infuse data in all aspects of the care continuum.
Our analytics team are now equipped to fully lean in and build towards our vision of a connected hospital.
I feel empowered to be able to help more people more efficiently each day. It's a great feeling to know we're caring for patients in the best, most efficient way possible.